My name is Zora Murff, and I am the 2020 Aperture Baxter St Next Step Award winner. Coming into art was a way for me to write down my own life as I see it, to talk about things that I'm passionate about, that I find value in, connecting with other people through the process of art making. The show is rather unique in the sense that it's the first time I've shown sculptural objects that I've made, collages that I'm making alongside my straight photographs. There's a lot more visual information that I can pack into a collage. And then with the sculptures, being able to be very direct through the use of different materials. Those materials helping make meaning when the object is viewed on its own. When the collages, the sculpture, and the photographs come together, it provides maybe a more expansive view. I think that the sculptures and collages really help tease out like what I feel these photographs mean when I make them. I've always been very open to collaboration. It can be as simple as just inviting somebody in. I was happy that I could include the artist William Camargo in the show. William is somebody, from the moment I saw his work, I immediately looked up to him. The stuff he was making, the works that are in the show, it was just so forthright and definitely had a great impact on how I was thinking about my own making at the time, especially when it comes to challenging canonical thinking, being critical about what it means to be Black in the art world and in academia. This show is a high platform to be on. And the two works that he contributed to the show made independently from me, it wasn't something that we did together, but it's just a way of being able to share in that opportunity. There's, references to particular artists and particular people in the work, but the greatest influences are those people who've just loved me for who I am, who allow me to be myself 100% without question. And that to me is the true inspiration. I think that's like the greatest inspiration anyone could ever have. So True Colors or Affirmations in a Crisis is the book that I worked on with Aperture, a chance for me to openly be in conversation with my contemporaries. How long did it take me to make this book? It was about a year-long process to bring everything together, but in all actuality, it took me 34 years to make this book because I wrote down my entire life. It comes at a moment where I feel it's rather important to be critical of these spaces, institutions, to be critical of my own participation in them. I would say it's like a journey, into my psyche. It's sitting with me in the studio. It's really providing a very intimate and behind-the-scenes look into how I think, how I feel, how I make. A solo show in New York, publishing with an imprint like Aperture. As a young photographer, these were things that I often saw as not attainable. And so I feel like these organizations coming together to make this possible for artists, Baxter St and Aperture and 7G Foundation, is really great. I think it's really important to reflect that I've been here. I've been here for 12 years, making the work and, showing up and being present. There are many other artists who are out there doing the same. And I hope that it doesn't get lost on anyone that we're here. I think that anyone who has ever found themselves in a space being marginalized, being tokenized, being gaslit, that anyone who has lived through any of those forms of oppression can find themselves here. And that, to me, putting together this show, making these works, was like really the truly safest space for me. I hope that people can walk away feeling that too. That people can look at the work and find pieces of themselves, can maybe learn things that they don't know, maybe, feel some discomfort in that process. But I think, at the end of the day, what I try to do is just put out there those things that I believe and that I find important. And as an artist, that's the best thing that I can do.